Number 5 says a teacher has 24 desks in her classroom. She wants to arrange the desks into rows. If she puts 6 desks in each row, how many rows will she make? So anytime we talk about arranging into rows, we know it's going to be an array. Now, I usually specify whether this is area of an array. I'll usually call it that for multiplication, and then I'll usually call it array/area for division. Technically, you could call them the same thing. I'm just trying to make a distinction between the two. So I'm calling them something slightly different. They're really both area of an array. So I know this is going to be an array. Do I know yet if this is going to be multiplication or division? So it might be obvious to some people. If it's not, you do your setup, right? So for arrays, whether it's multiplication or division, I know that the first number is going to be the number of rows. And the second number is going to be the number of objects per row. In this case, what are those objects? They're desks, right? This is going to be desks per row. And then that should be equal to the total number of objects, in this case, desks. So we could just say equals desks, or if we want to say total desks, that's fine too. So then, do I know the number of rows? Do I know the number of desks per row? Do I know the total number of desks? Well, I was given that this teacher has 24 desks. That's the total. And then I was also told that she put six desks in each row. So that would be the second number here. And so is she asking for the number of rows? Yes, it's asking how many rows will she make. So how can I figure out whether this is multiplication or division? I would just think of how do I solve this, right? So if I'm trying to say what times 6 equals 24, if I'm trying to find that missing value, I would divide 24 by 6. So this is division, which means just to make it different, instead of saying area of an array, I'm just going to call it array/area. It's the same thing. And then I would go ahead and draw this. So again, what would I draw? I know that there's 24 desks total. I know that there's 6 desks in each row. So then I would just start drawing rows. I would say, well, I know how many desks go in this row. Remember, rows go across. So row number 1, there's 6 desks, right? And then let's do row number 2. Here's 6 more. So if you want, we could kind of keep a running total here. So now I have 6 more is 12, or we could just count. And what am I going to do? I'm going to keep going until I get to the 24 total desks. So 6 more gives me 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And so then how would I find my answer? I would just then count the number of rows. So when you write your completed array, I'm not going to be able to tell what order you did it in, but notice on this one, I did it by doing this a row at a time, right? Because I didn't know how many rows. So I just kind of had to do a row at a time to find that.